Hi, what's going on guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you guys should really do decathlon this time around because I'd say it's one of the easier decathlons, and I've asked a bunch of decathlon people of what their thoughts is, and they've kind of agreed it's one of the easiest ones. I know we just had balanced decathlon just a little bit ago. Of course, I've uploaded videos regarding it, and we had the whole issue with people cheating and everything like that. I think this time around, I don't think we really have any cheaters on the leaderboard, so it's kind of good to see that it's a little bit cleaned up, and it's more realistic to see what people are doing now. I personally haven't done a run yet, but I've been quite busy recording a lot of videos and prepping a lot of things for you guys for the channel, so for that reason I was kind of busy. I haven't done a run. I do have six attempts right now. Yeah, I have 6 credits left, but I did redeem on all my characters because I am going to be farming runes towards the end of the week, so I will be busy doing that. But the reason why you guys should do decathlon, as I always state in my videos, if we look to the vendor, is that you want these decathlon decks. Of course, there is storm decathlon, so keep in mind whatever I show you is not going to be the exact damage. It's mainly for the pip. So for example, if we use balance as an example, right here is the one that you want to get. Instead of balanced decathlete deck, it would be called a storm decathlete deck, and instead of being 7 balance damage with alongside of all these other schools, it's just going to be myth damage, and then for the res it's going to be storm, and then for the pip it's going to be 2 pips. So you do want to get it for that reasoning, and it's pretty much worth it. So I like using decathlon deck for Scald and Incendiate stuff. That's why I have stuff socketed on. Every time there's a decathlon, I just gonna take off this socket and then switch it to whatever. So for example, with this decathlon, I am gonna be using my balanced decathlete deck because it already has 7 damage on it for myth, and I already have a health socket right here, and I'm gonna change my triangle socket to a myth socket so I can get myth accuracy. So I advise like a new player, get like a deck that has a square socket and socket on HP. You can socket on HP. It's really useful for this decathlon as well. If you don't want to, you can even socket on flat res. I know flat res is kind of like a retired stat in KI's eyes, so you could still rock it if you want to. You can farm it from Ren 1010. I will eventually make a video just dedicated to that, but I've kind of already talked about how Ren 1010 is really good for square sockets. And he still is, right? He still is. So you can do that, of course. But what pet do I use for decathlon? Because pet does matter for decathlon. I did showcase like in a previous video saying, hey, this is the pet I'm going to be using. If we quickly look at it and we look at the pet, I have Frozen Kraken on it, Fairy Friend, Sprite Queen, Energizing Battery, and Unicorn. Now this is the pet I was going to use because everything's basically maxed out, and the pet item cards don't matter, which I've already talked about, so don't even worry about it. All it is just you need the stats, so that's pretty straightforward. But I did remake another pet, not remake, but basically I copied a pet from Logan, which if you guys don't know about Logan, check the previous videos. But he's really good at decathlon, and he was saying, hey Almond, you should take out Sprite Queen and put on Storm Shield because Storm Shield casts pretty often, and who knows, it might come in clutch during the decathlon. So for that reasoning, I did make another pet for decathlon, and I'm going to be trying this out and swapping between these. On some of my characters I'll use this, and then some of my characters I'll stick to my Shaolin monk with all these talents. But is it any difference? Like, is it really that bad if I'm like, oh hey, I have Sprite Queen instead of Storm Shield? Not really. You can just really use a pet like this. Ideally, these are the talents you want on this Shaolin monk. It doesn't have to be on a Shaolin monk, like I said, but whatever's on my Shaolin monk is like a rough outline of what the usual decathlon pet is. Sometimes you would switch off Kraken, sometimes you would switch off all these other talents. Maybe you don't want Sprite Queen, some people have Sprightly, but Sprite Queen is just better. So it's like the rough outline of what pet you are going to use. So for the decathlon, I will be doing the Fragment Dragon with the will cast, of course. Pixie Jewel, the only reason I have a Pixie Jewel is the way that I got it is from, I believe, a Kroger Jewel. I don't remember if it was a Kroger Jewel or one of the scrolls. Sometimes you'll see Pixie in the Scroll of Fortune. I think at the moment, if we go check the Scroll of Fortune, right now it's Bracefy. So if that's something that you want, you can get that. It's not I mean, it's a free Maycast. If that's the only way of you, like the only Maycast that you have right now on your account, you can still use this in the decathlon. But it's just better to have like a heal, and yeah. But I sometimes do use Bracefy. I mean, as people tell me that it's kind of weird that I use it, but I mean, hey, if it's the only Maycast you have, sure, why not? If you only have Maycast D-Lens, it's the only socket you have that's like an unshatterable jewel, you can socket that on. There's no harm done, right? But ideally Pigsy would be like the best socket, or if not, you know, like I said, with the other jewels. So it's kind of like a pay to win jewel, I guess you can say, but you don't need that socket. I think there's even like other ones, like where it's like a Maycast unicorn that is like unshatterable from one of the scrolls I remember. But yeah, there's a couple other ones that are like that do exist. Now, when it comes to the decathlon, of course, you're not gonna have like a deck 10 right away. You're not gonna have all these like crazy like decathlete decks that I showed you guys via the station, right? You're not gonna have all these. But you can just start off with any deck that has a square socket, like I said, and just socket on HP, socket on flat res. But when it comes to the deck setup, what you ideally want is, since it's Storm Decathlon, make sure you have a bunch of Storm Shields. Don't have Storm Hits, have a bunch of Storm Shields and stuff like that. Storm Shields are going to be really nice to have, and it's really good. So if we go to the Storm Decathlon and we just teleport to the event, it will take you to the library, which is really good. And we have some couple people here that I know that are just chilling here anyways. But you can use Storm Shield. You can just buy them straight from here. You always want to have a decent amount of these. They do come in clutch, and you know, you do want to shield every so often in the decathlon, because you don't want to die, because you have a set amount of HP in decathlon. Of course, later in the week I'll do some runs, and I can probably post them on YouTube so you guys can see what I've been doing. But I'm not going to go for leaderboards. I'm probably just going to try my best to just beat this decathlon, because I've never done it before. Not this specific one, because every time this comes around I'm usually busy. But I'm still kind of busy, but I'm still gonna make room to do the decathlon as best I can and get my runs done, of course. But yes, Storm Shield does help. When it comes to the myth hits, like, you know, you could use Frog for like the two, whenever there's like two mobs. People do use Frog sometimes. You could use Cyclops, Troll. Would you use Bloodbat? No, but you can use Troll, Cyclops, Humongo Frog for like those middle runs, if we're just being straight without having to like visit the actual bazaar, because people are going to be buying TCs here pretty often, and it just kind of happens, right? So there's some good treasure cards. Don't use Spellamented Troll, of course. You don't want to gambit your shield by accident. Make sure you're using regular Troll. You can use like other cards too that do exist. I doubt we'll find some stuff that are in here. I know in the higher stages people do use the 10 pips. People do use like Medusa in the higher stages. And I bought some, of course, on my other character. I think on my Fire, I think I bought some. If we'll quickly just go check. Of course, we can switch characters just to quickly show you like the wide variety of TC that I have. And Brandons are always useful, right? You can always farm Brandons. Maybe I'll make a video on how to farm Brandon in 2024. But I think I did buy some on this character, yeah. Like, I do have some like War Elephants, I guess, even though they're like, it's not that big a difference. But we have these TCs. Some people bought Stone Colossuses for the higher stages as well. Earthquakes, I mean, people sometimes do buy Celestial Calendars. Of course, they're always good to have. So they're like in the higher stages, you're going to be using stuff like that, and it does help out a little bit. But let's go back on the Fire, right? But you don't need to go that far if you really want to, right? If you want to beat the decathlon, I do understand, and you want to like try your best to just go all the way to stage 10. But if you just want to have access to the 2-pip deck, just only go up to stage 5 and then just keep farming 1 through 5 on all your characters, because you get 3 runs that you can do on each character, right? Every time I think it's like their like reset happens, you get another 3 runs that you can do. You can visit the vendor, you can buy another 3 runs, and or not buy, we'll collect another 3 runs, and you can do that on all your characters, right? So it's pretty straightforward. You can grind it up. I've seen a couple people already, like from the past decathlon, even though it was balanced, literally I've had people that would just like sit in VC, like in my Discord, and they would just do it, right? And sometimes they'll just ask me questions, even though I'm not the best at decathlon. I don't think I'm nowhere near, like, I would know like the basic understandings of stuff, and I'm able to do it pretty well, right? So of course, I will probably be sitting in VC at times in my Discord, and you're more than welcome to ask me questions, right? But ideally, you just want to go to deck 5, right? If you need that deck 5 so you can do Scald and Incendiate, I always specify this in videos. You want to have a deck 5. If you want to be able to do like the cheesiest strats that I always talk about in videos, you want that deck 5. It doesn't matter what school it is. You can get like the balanced decathlete one if you did the recent one. If you go to the obviously like the fire one, if we look at the fire decathlete deck, it gives a 2-pip. All of them at 5 give you a 2-pip. At 4, 1, 2, and 3 will not give you access to 2 pips. So you need that 2-pip on the deck 5. So same thing here. Probably later this week I'll do like an updated of like how far I am in decathlon, and you guys can see my process of how well I've been doing. But I had to post this video out so people don't get like, see it's too late and they're like, oh Almond, you told me too late and I don't have that many credits. So I was like, okay, I'll hurry up and make this video. But hopefully this video helps like a little bit of an understanding. I'll make like a better video later this week when I get the chance. But this video is kind of late, and it's already going to be like late at night when this video comes out. But I always got to do my daily uploads. Hopefully tomorrow we can be on like a better schedule and upload videos at a proper time. But I kind of was busy today, and you guys will understand later this week with all the videos coming out of why I've been kind of busy. So there's that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the small little video of talking about decathlon. Definitely do it, definitely. And also make sure you guys are doing decathlon and just using your treasure cards. Even if you don't do decathlon that day, make sure at least you do your 20 points daily so you guys can eventually get this storm hamster. An exclusive pet. It's a really good pet, and you also do get a badge after you get this 450 completion points. So definitely fill this up as fast as you can whenever you get the opportunity. If you can fill this up on multiple characters, that's even better. More rewards to redeem, right? You do want to get all these rewards because they do give you stuff, right? You also do get the power claws, and also you can get another decathlete deck. So if you do this on multiple characters, you can save a lot of resources because you could just get the 10 points from here and not have to craft a deck one, because I believe deck ones are 5 runes depending on the school, of course. So you can save a couple runes and just do it on multiple characters, which I highly advise. But that is it for the video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Or if not, if you guys see me in the Discord in general chat, people usually join the VC. If not, you guys can ping me in the Discord, ask me any questions. If not, there's other people in the Discord that will gladly answer your question, because there's been a lot of good people in the Discord that have been like kind of nice to each other and helping each other out, which is glad to see, not gonna lie. But like I said, that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Join the Discord if you guys haven't. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.